Come on. Oh, baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Held a risk, I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest, though.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson on first down. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good.
And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. Escapes the defender. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
He's checking. He's checking. Crash.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October 2014 was kind to Big Ben. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well. They weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Minka Fitzpatrick on the tackle. A gain of 13 yards. And a Raven first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check it out. Check it out.
Out to Roberts here on the quick pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson options out left. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Minka Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
It's now 2nd and 6. The Steelers' 27-yard line.
From the 27, Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Jackson, options out left. On first down, here's Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here we go, 50. Hey, Charlie!
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
All right, now. Block 80! Take me out. Here we go. Man left, man left. 40.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
That! 180! He's scared. Double time, double time. 3 down, 3 down. Check, check. Beat these two.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Shot! Black 20! Check 48, the mic! Watch his flat, watch the flat.
They'll look to run with Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
The Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? 230. Let's get off the field, D. Let's Snickers. 66. Lock it back.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. It got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time.
That's another Steelers first down.
That, like 20.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
50. No. Deuce. Like I said.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Roethlisberger will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Right there, 54.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Roethlisberger now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. On first down, it's Samuels. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk? And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. From the 29, Roethlisberger. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, it's Counter. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leap.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now.
And Big Ben intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Check 3.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They toss to Ingram. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence, Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season.
Ready. Watch 98 to Mike. So don't say nothing. Check 4. Check 26.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and inches at the 8-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They go counter with Breida. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Matt Breida, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd down 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he's coming.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to Conner here on 1st. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. From the corner, Jimmy Smith blitzes for the sack. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the 1st half. But now they've gotten their 1st sack here in the 2nd half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Pull it together.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On first down, Samuels. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From the 45 on second down, Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 13-yard line.
So first down went the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. Here's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vincent Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Throwing now is Jackson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Set! 180! Alert, alert! Mike 91. Squeeze, squeeze, double, double.
They'll run on first down. Connor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Like 80! Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's